I gotta go get it. Harder than ever to
I
live.
get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Got it.
I don't know if you guys heard me, but I don't know if you guys heard me, but say it again. And you guys didn't hear me. Say it again. The challenge is to see if LeBron can win a game by himself.
Yeah. I said have faith in me, but put your trust in nobody. Have faith in me, put your faith in nobody. I done been around, halfway around the globe, probably still ain't met nobody that seen picture perfect.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Cavaliers out in Cleveland. And for Cleveland, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. One of the guys we'll see tonight, Paul Millsap, who was the 47th pick in 2006, known as being a real grinder early in his career, but now he can really stretch out a defense, Kenny.
He can stretch the defense, and who did not know he was 46 players better than him? I don't think so. But he hit 1 3-pointer every game last 2 seasons, Ernie, not just last year when the Hawks had.
Can taste the excitement here in the Quicken Loans Arena. We've got the Atlanta Hawks facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. James outside. Irving kicks to Smith. Cleveland moving it around. Outside Irving. 6 to shoot. The drive by James. And a big-time jam right there.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
And it's the Hawks' ball.
And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards. And it's Bazemore at the 3 spot. And think again about the playoffs last year, Clark. They weren't all sunshine and roses for Irving. He had to play through a tough leg injury in the conference semifinals, and, of course, the injury in the finals, the fractured kneecap, and he was gone.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch, seeing him go out for the rest of the playoffs with that fractured kneecap. A freak injury, but he'll grow from it and be better.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. James wide open. LeBron with another miss. Cleveland on defense. Dishes to Horford. Takes a shot at the elbow. Cavaliers with the rebound.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And the shot is good.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Teague against Irving. They double him with James. Millsap dishes to Horford. Outside Korver for three. It's hauled in by LeBron.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And there's the 3-second violation. And the Hawks with possession here. Bazemore inside the three-point line. Misses off the left iron. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And now one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Millsap a screen. Teague with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Teague drives in. Millsap passes to Bazemore. Korver gets a wide open look. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. From deep, James. Cleveland gets it back. Irving kicks to LeBron. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. That's now 8 points for LeBron.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Tavo Cephalosha has checked in for the Hawks. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Teague. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Baseline jumper, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
The Hawks trailing. And stolen by James. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Checking out the game LeBron is having. Already with 8 points and 1 steal as well. That's dominance he's showing us.
Rarely will you see a performance like this one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Splitter's checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Hardaway is subbed in for Kyle Korver. The Cavaliers leading by 3. And Mike Scott, a former second-round draft pick who has carved out a role here in the NBA the last 2 seasons. Clark, he was a major contributor off the bench.
Yeah, he's a bit of a tweener, you know, not big enough to maintain position down low on a consistent basis and not quick enough to really be a 3-man or small forward. But what he can do is get to the basket, rebound okay, and knock down the deep shot.
And so it's Cleveland with it after the basket by Atlanta. A nice shot by LeBron. LeBron's got 11.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
And getting back to Mike Scott, his three-point percentage and attempts have increased each year he's been in the league. With a high, quick release, he's capable of making tough shots with a hand in his face in a way other players simply can't. You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's LeBron. 11 points in the game. Free throw line jump shot. Cannot hit. And Atlanta will come the other way.
You know, guys, we were talking about Scott shooting from downtown, but he can also score from mid-range, pick and pop off the dribble. When he's able to square his shoulders, he's deadly. I mean, he's a versatile big guy with a nice shooting touch.
Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Scott's got his first points in this one.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
From 11 feet away, And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. James with it. From deep. And that's not going to go. At the end of one, and a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even keel. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You know, you go out and play as hard as you can, live with the results.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing to see the pressure he's dealt with and the way he's handled it, that even-keeled nature. You know, he's as solid and steady as they come at this point in his career. Nothing phases him. Nothing rattles him.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
You know, it's been a great display of team basketball here thus far.
5 guys, 5 fingers working as one. Just beautiful team basketball on display for these guys.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Teague and Korver are the guards. Kent Bazemore is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Humphries in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
Here's James, and no good, trying to use the glass.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
Another shot. No good. So Atlanta will take it the other way.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
The three from Korver. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
You know, in the second round, the Hawks had a bit of trouble once again with the Wizards. Were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. It seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
James outside. And they're on the break. Up the floor. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Al Horford is checked in for Chris Humphries. And so Teague gets 2 free throws.
And really, with the Hawks in the postseason, they just ran out of help. I mean, the Korver injury, the Carroll injury were huge against the Cavs. And when you lose that much talent, you could see why they were swept out of that conference finals. Don't forget, they also lost Cephalosha prior to the playoff.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Another miss by James.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Here's Horford. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Looking to end his cold spell. And LeBron with the layup. James has got 13.
Oh, what an ugly start to this quarter. Only 1 of 8 from the field.
The Hawks leading by 4. And here is Teague. He's got 6. There's the pass to Korver. Bazemore for 3. That's good. Bazemore's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Not much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark. Incredible consistency, unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. The consistency, phenomenal.
And the Hawks making a change here. Mike Scott's checked in for Millsap. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. Hardaway's checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for T. The Cavaliers trail by 7. LeBron drives in, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
And talking about LeBron's consistency, it's not just a physical effort. It's also a mental one. I mean, you know you're targeted by the defense all game. That'll wear down even the best players. How is it that LeBron's armor just never seems to be penetrated?
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Now here's Schroeder. Not a lot of room. Horford. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
You know, on the topic of LeBron, one of the few areas where he could improve consistency in is from the three-point line. 3 years ago, he hit over 40% from downtown. 2 years ago, 38. And last year, down to 35.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And you just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. Smith checked in for Shumpert. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. The screen from Thompson. Cephalosha with the steal. Hardaway dishes to Schroeder. Outside, Scott. And stolen by Kyrie Irving.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
And there's the call on James. That's his third foul of the game. Chris Humphries has checked in for Atlanta. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Schroeder passes to Humphries. Pick by Humphries. That's a 2 from Cephalosha. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Cephalosha's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hawks. Here's James. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we finish one half of basketball. Hawks ahead, leading by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. In the second quarter, we began to see what they're capable of when everything starts clicking, as they pulled out to a 7-point lead by the end of the half. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
And Kenny, what'd you see from Cleveland?
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report.
start the second half beginning in just a moment. The Hawks leading by 7. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And again, it's Atlanta.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
James outside. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Atlanta's shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Millsap a screen on James. Pass to Teague. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
The only way he was getting to the hoop was to use the double clutch.
Picked by Horford. Horford sets a screen for T. Out to the wing. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor, as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta, where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. The group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
Bazemore for 3. Atlanta gets it back. Horford. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Millsap against James. The Cavaliers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And, guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Got a piece of it. Here's Bazemore. 5 points in the game. And here's Korver from the arc. Count the bucket. Korver's got 6 points. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
Outside Teague. Millsap to Bazemore. Millsap a screen. There's the pick. Korver dishes to Bazemore. And the call will be against Al Horford. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Hawks making a switch here. Scott's checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 6. The drive by LeBron. James with another miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's James. Out to Smith. Back to Thompson. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Good work defensively by Millsap.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Teague, the pass to Horford. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And now it's a 10-point Atlanta lead. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
1:53 left in the third quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Irving drives in, down low, out to Smith. LeBron against Millsap, 5 to shoot. To halt the run, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Paul Millsap picks one up. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. LeBron against Humphries. The 9-foot shot. Mozgov kicks to James. And he gets it to go. James has got 8 points in the quarter.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet. And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. As you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
And he dunks it in right on Chris Humphries. Oh, man.
You know, on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when you're behind, but I think he's just trying to give him a spark.
And what a dunk it was.
And he's got that awe factor. Even look at us. We're all sitting here just waiting for when he goes airborne.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Mozgov kicks to Dellavedova. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And that one's good by LeBron.
Well, he's their top scorer, but the defense has forced him into a tough shooting game. We'll have to shoot better for them to win.
Schroeder kicks to Cephalosha. Got a piece of it. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hawks lead by 10. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Bazemore at small forward. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Well, it's been a super performance from beyond the arc, too. I mean, they've been raining in those threes.
He dishes it to Korver. He kicks it to Schroeder. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Schroeder's got the lead up to 14 now for Atlanta. Pass to James. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys. Plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that, Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
And the Hawks making a change here. Teague's checked in. Here's Bazemore. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And Kent Bazemore, the long-armed lefty out of Old Dominion, where he was the Division I Defensive Player of the Year back in 2011. A 5-year senior. He graduated with 2 degrees, one in criminal justice, the other in human services.
And stolen by Horford. Irving against T. Now the feed to Horford. Korver dishes to Millsap. And that one's good. And the Hawks lead by 18.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
Kicks it to Bazemore. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Outside Teague. Picked by Horford. Teague with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Clock at 4. And Teague, here we go. And it's sent back by Irving. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. In the corner, it's James. And too long on the shot. The Hawks leading by 18. From the line, Horford no luck. LeBron against T. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Passes it to Bazemore. Millsap a screen, feeds it to Korver. 6 on the shot clock. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
Stolen away. Here's Bazemore. The dish to T. Korver with it. Picked up by Thompson. And that one's good. Millsap.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Smith kicks to LeBron. LeBron is doubled. Shot to stop the drought. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
The Hawks leading by 21. Now T. They double him with James. On the wing, Korver. He feeds it to T. From the arc. Korver missing again.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
They're down right now, trying to stay in the game with the 3-ball. They've shot a lot more here in the second half than they did in the first half. And I'm not sure I agree with that strategy.
The kick out to Teague. Millsap a screen, and Teague, here we go. Shot clock at 6. To the wing on the left. Millsap with it, picked up by Thompson. Off the left rim and out. The Cavaliers trail by 18. It's offline from half court.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Atlanta.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
Now here is Cephalosha, covered by LeBron. 6 on the shot clock, and there's the call on James. That's his 5th foul.
Well, one more, and that's it. He'll be DQ'd, disqualified. He's got to be able to defend without picking up that last disqualifying foul.
That's a 2 from Cephalosha. Atlanta again missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's LeBron. Off target at the rim.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Cephalosha passes to Schroeder. Splitter. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And the one thing Tiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles, he knows where he's supposed to be, he gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
Back to Hardaway. And James pulls it down. And stolen by LeBron. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Paul, congratulations on this win.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
Overall, just a rock-solid outing for him. It's hard to point to any one area of the game because he was so good on both ends of the floor. He was dialed in defensively, and that helped carry the intensity on offense.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.